Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
Yo, what's good? It's another Wednesday. That's another episode of Sports Sushi. We about to put in the books. We are here again. We're not, full. Russell might be jumping in a little later. He has things to tend to on a personal level. But he might be...
Flight delay.
Yeah, flight delays. Sterling's back here with us, so shout out to our boy Sterling. Thank you for being back with us.
Yeah.
I think you guys are starting to set this up now. You're all rotating here to keep my ass on camera every week.
Yeah, and then, and Chris, everybody's favorite producer is here in front of the camera, much to his chagrin. But we have Chris here with us. Now, Chris, I was asking you, do I need to go ahead and plug Betstamp, our sponsor, again? But I don't think he was hearing me. But I guess, I'll just do it. Our show is brought to you today.
We do have our little commercial thing prepared for in between this little banter segment and the first this day in sports segment, which could be in trouble without Russ.
Well, I'll go ahead. I don't know how in depth his this day in sports is, but you know what? I'll just cover it. And we could spend.
It's pretty straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward. It's baseball, so we don't really kind of
care. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So so let's get into it. We have our little our intro here. But I wanted to talk about things that happened this past weekend. If it was any interesting sports quotes or any events. But for me, the cake is Ja Morant being a complete and utter idiot. And getting caught on camera again with, holding the gun. Now, the one thing that took the cake with it about me was, his apology. And, people went ahead and put his apology into a chat GTP service. And it produced the same exact apology, word for word. So, if he wasn't really, kind of on the fence about his apology being sincere, I think that he doesn't give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I gotta stop cursing within 5 minutes. First 5 minutes.
My instinct is to slam him because it shows poor decision making. Like, it just shows terrible decision making to do it twice, or at least terrible control over your fucking boys. Like, for real? Like, how many in your own little controlled environment circumstances of videos are going to get out? Like, you can't be on your shit and have those videos keep getting out. So that's really where I would criticize the man for. But JJ Redick kind of made a good point. Like, the dude didn't really do anything illegal. Did some dumb shit. But if it's a legal gun, what is he doing that's illegal?
Yeah, I saw JJ Redick's point, and I'm like, I felt like it was a reach because JJ he tried so hard to be woke, if you ask me. Like, he wants to be in the club, bro. But I love his analysis and his takes, but it goes beyond that, just for the simple fact of what Josh stands for, what we think he should stand for in the African American community. Like, that junk's just stupid, man. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Like, people spend so much time trying to get out of that life, but people who don't grow up in that life want to be about that life. And it's like, it's only going to take, a mishap, like takeoff. Let's say, you wrong place, wrong time, you get hit with a stray, or somebody's actually trying to get you now, and it's over. Your family's generation of wealth has changed forever. And it's like, a lot of people want to be where he's at, and it's like, I just don't feel like he takes it serious enough in terms of off the field, right? So yeah, man, I'm sad to see Ja like that. I don't like Ja, Y'all know I don't like Ja. I don't like the Grizzlies, but I just hope that he gets it together, man.
I'll keep it even simpler than like the street retaliation that can come from what he's messing with. Let's just go with Plexico Burris. Yeah. Like, how many times you could be doing dumb shit with a gun before you actually shoot yourself in the leg? If you're rolling up in the club and everything, getting drunk all the time, waving the shit around.
That's true.
Facts.
That's always something that can happen. But yeah, like I think Kenny Smith spoke on it while I was watching the pre-show, the pregame show, and he said it goes against I was kind of doing some things and had it on the background, but he's like it goes against one of their policies, by him doing this, and I was like, well, shit. I mean, if that's the case, then hey, man, you gotta sit down. You gotta go ahead. You gotta.
Oh yeah, that's gotta violate a conduct policy.
Right.
So, but I mean, for the people that are like saying that he's not doing anything wrong, I mean, it's a little different for his case because he's a guy that's
not doing anything illegal.
Well, yes,
wrong is completely different interpretation.
Yeah. Okay, well, he's not doing anything illegal. He's not, but for a person in his position, you got to kind of just use better judgment, because there are people out there that see you, doing these things, and they will pull your cord. They will call your bluff, NBA star or not. So, you have to always think
get tested more too.
Yes, that's always a possibility. But if it isn't you, what I think it is, you have to burden some of this. Got to be accountable for this because nobody makes you do this shit.
Right.
You do got to clean up the people around you. And you got to kind of just move a little bit more carefully.
I don't mean to be the white guy in the room. But I'm gonna be the white guy.
Yeah.
Isn't the point of being the guy like to have everybody else get their hands dirty? Like, I mean, if I'm really the guy, whether it's the streets, as a professional athlete, as a fucking executive, as a rich person, why am I getting my hands dirty running around with guns? I don't need to hold the guns. That's your fucking job. That's what I pay you to do.
Right, but when you're trying to be hard, that's the thing.
Yeah. I get it, but do you think Pablo Escobar and the leaders of drug cartels are running around with their guns?
Let me stop you there. See, Pablo Escobar was a real one. Like, that's real. Ja is not that. He's an imposter, and that's the thing.
But I'm saying, if you're trying to LARP and role play as a gangster, I mean, be a gangster boss and freaking have your boys carry that shit, and put the camera at your boys. Look,
he ain't done nothing in the streets to be a boss yet. That boy's a basketball player.
Yeah, man, he don't have to do all that. I think that's the point. He's like, but yes, if you are going to do dirt, insulate yourself. But that's not what we're about here at Sports Sushi.
I know. Get a trap phone.
Yeah, insulate yourself, damn it. Don't put it on camera.
Don't take selfies.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ.
Listen to the NBA YoungBoy too, like man.
Back in my day, the last thing you wanted was your Instagram.
Yeah, and I think and that's the downfall, with a lot of younger people because they don't. The social media stuff is just like a third. It's like your third arm. They just it's. You try to take it away, they feel so incomplete and naked. But sometimes, man, for your better health and better of your situation, ditch that shit. All right, you don't need to record everything because if you didn't record it, guess what? We wouldn't have fucking knew.
Yep.
All right.
Facts.
Yeah. You can hold all the fucking guns you want. Hey.
Well, I miss you, Russ, because I just dropped a perfect Jay-Z reference in here, and it fell on complete deaf ears.
Well, to be fair, on my end, it was kind of going in and out with the audio, but you're coming in smooth now.
Of course, after the perfect zinger.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into this day in sports. Our boy Russ can be here, so I'm gonna hold it down for you, dog.
Hold up, we've got our sponsor clip first.
Oh, I forgot. My bad, dog.
Here it comes.
Bang.
What's good, everybody? Today's podcast is brought to you by the good people at Betstamp, which is helping thousands of people win sports betting for free. That's right, you heard me. Free. F-R-E-E. Free. All right? The same way travelers use Google Flights and Expedia to find the best prices, bettors now can use the same through the
Can you
Betstamp.
guys see it?
Hell
When you
no, I
place a
can't
bet,
see it.
the
I
odds
can
are
see
given
it.
by a sports book.
I did it
will
like
determine
8
how much
times, so
you possibly win.
I know what
Even
it
though
looked
you're
like.
betting at the same outcome,
Took me like
different
fucking
sports
20
books
tries.
will offer varying payouts.
I finally used
Two,
Russ's
you're
stupid
talking
T-Pain
thousands
music.
of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
For you, good people at Betstamp have your
A little shout out to
back,
Russ there
okay?
with the
So,
T-Pain.
Betstamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sports books. You can click
Fucking
any
classic to make you
matchup
do.
and instantly see the different odds that the game gives you, game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way
All
to find an edge in
coming out.
sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly
Oh, they're
just
coming out.
by line shopping.
Oh, good.
Can't tell you that
Come,
this
hey, all right, 5,
fucking
4,
game changer.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
This day in sports.
All right, so now we're back. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna hold it down for Russ, man. He might be coming in depending on what time he gets in, but we were going to do our this day in sports. He's usually. Oh, they are. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, fuck. All right. So, do I need to stop or do I need to still keep going? All right. Oh, okay, because I ain't catch anything. All right, so this day in sports, what we got here, man? Baseball record, 1970, Hank Aaron becomes the ninth player to get 3,000 hits. So he is Mr. 3,000 back in 1970. So I ain't really got nothing really to add to that, but shout out to you, Hank Aaron, man, being the ninth player to get to 3,000 hits, base hits in baseball. We'll cover baseball whenever it gets all nice and juicy. Pause. All right, so all right, so let's get to the NBA, man, where we're going to spend the bulk of our show here. It is playoff basketball, and it has been some changes since the last round has ended and this one has began. But before we get into that, the NBA draft that just wrapped up, not the draft, the fucking lottery just wrapped up, and I am disgusted as a Houston Rockets fan, but I will go ahead and put my feelings aside and let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs with the number overall pick in this year's lottery. What does this mean, Sterling? We all know what this means.
We all know what this means. I mean, the NBA lottery is rigged. That's why they don't show it. You can look at Patrick Ewing to the Knicks. I can go pick for pick. This is one of those. Wemby was wearing a Spurs uniform as a kid. Like the boy said, they interviewed him when the Spurs came up as number one. He looked at his family like, I told y'all niggas this was gonna happen. Like they done told me, the NBA gods told me that I'm going to the Spurs and they're gonna make sure I get there. So cool, man. You got Wemby. The sad thing is that the Dallas Mavericks talking about trading pick number 10. Boy, I tell you, that's a travesty. But hey, man, shout out to the San Antonio Spurs, man. They get Wemby, and it's the perfect San Antonio to France connection. So I'm sure Popovich is going to do his thing, and the Spurs will still suck. So there's that.
And that's what I'm hoping.
So clarify something here for me, Sterling, because I don't know much on this Wembley guy. I just saw a brief blurb. What type of player does he compare to? Is he like a Tim Duncan, David Robinson type player?
There's not really a comparison for him. He's a 7'5", first of all, with crazy wingspan. The dude, he could shoot it from outside. He moves like a guard in a sense. Like he handles the ball like a guard. He's just really skilled. So there's really not
like a Kevin Durant clone.
Not as athletic, right? Not as sudden as Kevin Durant, but he's got enough size to where like he could be extremely dominating on the court, right? He could shoot at all three levels. So I think strength is going to be an issue. I think durability will be an issue. But if he can stay healthy and get a little stronger, add some more meat to his frame, I mean, you're talking about one of the generational talents that we've ever seen, right? That's how much impact he's supposed to have. Yeah. I don't know, Boogie. Can you think of a comparison to? He's like Manute Bol and Kevin Durant had a baby.
Yeah, a crossbreed between those because I mean, at 7'5", man, and the things that he can do, how he can shoot is kind of like, yeah, he's
Does he
kind
wave
of
his finger?
no, he doesn't. But
Ugh.
I mean, I mean, look, man. As a Rockets fan, I'm devastated. Okay, I thought we were favored to get it, at least get in the top three, where we can get probably a Scoot Henderson or someone like that. But we're at the fourth, and as a Rockets fan, the only thing we can do is just try to trade up, but nobody's going to want to trade with us. Nobody wants
But
to do
Boogie,
that.
how are you over here sounding sad? Like y'all
Man,
was just here.
yeah, I know, but no.
You can't just keep stacking number 1 overall picks, man.
More. You got to get more.
Sabres have been doing it for 12 years.
Hey,
Hey.
Boogie sound like he ain't never seen a number 1 overall pick.
I know. We got talent, man, but still, at the same time, we got Ime Udoka, but still, we want more. We need more. We deserve more. All right, but shout out to the Spurs, man. But really, it was like like Portland, like fuck, top three.
Nice. Yeah, I'm like, yo, get some more talent up in Portland, man.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
So Charlotte ended up walking away with the number 2 pick, but yeah, man. I mean, I I was genuinely devastated. Like I have friends that went to work and were just like the days were ruined. Okay, we're talking about a 24-hour just span of just sadness. All right, they really wanted Wemby, man. Like people really wanted this guy, and you know it just didn't happen. So they were like immediately they was like try to trade us. At the Spurs are not going to trade us the number 1 overall pick. If they do, whoever made that deal on the Spurs side deserves to be fired. But they're a great, well-oiled organization. They're not going to fuck this up.
Nope.
I look. The whole French, pipeline from there to San Antonio. Look, man, it's a perfect fit, and when you start looking at things and like, one thing that I like when they talk about WWE and booking and all that shit is long-term storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, you kind of take these events in the past and, you put them into this, particular, storyline and stuff like that. But this is what we call that this is what will be long-term storytelling. This kid was, growing up in France where Tony Parker was the guy, for those years he was active with the Spurs, and he was a fan then, and he's a player now. So shout out to you, Wemby, man, and the NBA dreams can come true. But I hope you stay healthy. Don't be like Chet Holmgren, and fucking get hurt and shit. But but let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit more about the playoffs that just wrapped up. 2 teams were eliminated, the 76ers and the Golden State Warriors, along with the New York was the Knicks and
You guys aren't going to like my contribution to this segment.
okay, but so some changes has already happened. I kind of wrote it in a little early. What changes are the teams going to be experiencing coming up next season? But some teams, a lot of teams don't even have their fucking head coach. I think the Suns, and they just fired Doc Rivers now.
Right.
Did they?
You said
Yes,
what?
they did.
Yeah, they
They?
did, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it couldn't happen to a better guy. Like, come on, man, he needed look, come on, like.
Well, can I ask you guys a question on
Go
that
ahead,
on that
go ahead.
topic? Who do you think is a better coach in their sport? Doc Rivers or Sean McDermott?
Oh,
God damn,
man.
dog. How did I know this? How did I know?
Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
He's done
exactly.
more.
And he still got fired after 3 years because he couldn't get him over the hump. So, do you think anyone in Buffalo looks around at any other sports and like, well, they fired Doc Rivers today? Well, Doc Rivers is a pretty good coach. Wow, they must not tolerate being mediocre. They must want better. They must be chasing a championship.
Well,
If you can't get us there, get the hell out. You
Doc
choked in
Rivers
Game 7.
had a hell of a mediocre run. I mean, like.
Wasn't good enough. 3 years, you're out of here, pal. Nobody gets 5-6 years of playoff runs. Come on.
Doc Rivers.
Sean McDermott does.
Look, did Doc
Only
Rivers have
in
a
the
dry run?
land of thank God we're not terrible.
Look, all
Hey,
right. So to kind of keep it away from
I knew he was
football,
gonna do
yes,
that.
I already knew when he brought up the coaches. I said he's gonna find a way to torpedo this towards
But
McDermott.
all joking aside, though, like it's the same type of situation and a complete different ends of the spectrum of standards.
It's different. It's a little different just because Doc Rivers made it to 3 Eastern Conference Finals, couldn't get over the hump. Sean McDermott has only made it to 1 AFC Championship game.
And it's been regressing since. Excellent. That's a much better argument for Sean. Like Doc got him there 3 times. He got him there once, and each year after is taking a step backwards. And now we're talking like, oh, they might not win the division. Hopefully, we make the playoffs. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I don't think Sean's going to do anything to help that cause.
Well, we gotta see how this season plays out, man. I don't know yet. I think if the Bills kind of blunder this next season in the playoffs, I think there needs to be some conversations about what the future looks like. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Pagulas
Philadelphia
are
76ers type balls.
Nah, because they're not going to blow it up. Josh Allen's still going to be your quarterback. Stephon Diggs probably still going to be your wide receiver 1. They're not blowing that team up. For as much shit as we talk about Sean McDermott.
So wait a minute. Are you just hiding the headline in there? Are you saying the 76ers are blowing this whole thing up?
They're going to. I think they're going to. You already got James Harden leaving, right? Yeah. Tyrese Maxey. I don't have confidence that the Sixers. First of all, we knew the Sixers weren't going to win this series. When they went up 3-2, we knew they weren't going to win this series because the 76ers can't get over themselves. It's like, as much as we talk about Embiid winning a MVP, Jokic should have won it, but I'm glad Jokic didn't win it. But Jokic is the better player right now, right? Yeah. And you got, when was the last time Tobias Harris impacted a game, right? Like, what are you doing? If you look at the process that they've had, all those picks, high picks that they had, Embiid is the only one that stuck around that was any good. So, and I know they've changed the Moneyball idea and they've kind of gone through this whole process thing and they put together a decent team, but it'll never be good. And that's in a weak East, mind you. They'll never get over the hump. The Sixers are just damned. They had Allen Iverson, one of the best point guards of all time.
The way this segment started, that hits home and hurts.
Yeah, it does. And Sean McDermott has a chance to not fall victim to that. So
just saying, I think we're damned too.
Yeah, but the Sixers are doomed. They ain't gonna do shit. Yeah. We all know it.
All right. So what about what's gonna? I mean, the same thing is probably going to happen with the Suns. I think DeAndre Ayton's going to leave. I think you got to probably look past Chris Paul because he can't really be there healthy for you. It will just probably got to rebuild around Booker and KD. But what do you think, Sterling?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're in a precarious situation because DeAndre Ayton has just shown signs that he does not take it seriously or he doesn't want to be in Phoenix anymore. I think they're going to find a trade partner for him. The problem is his value right now is just not very high. He really didn't do anything in the playoffs. CP3, I thought they actually looked better without CP3, to be honest. I feel like, they're going to move off from him. But the sad thing is that, Colin Cowherd made a good point about this the other day. Is like, how many coaches is Kevin Durant not happy with? I mean, he wanted Monty Williams gone, right? And you see Devin Booker putting a little tweet out talking about some 35-1 or 36 we all right. Like, okay, first of all, bro, Kevin Durant just got there. He don't give 2 shits about any other person. Like, that dude just he even said himself he's a basketball player. Like, he ain't a leader, right? So Devin Booker is trying to carry this grown ass man and to having this team mentality. And now you got Cameron Artis-Payne, who's trash. Every time this nigga shoots, I'm just like, bro, get him out of the game. I cannot stand that guy. And they gave away so much stuff to get KD, right? So they're stuck. And now you got teams in the West that are getting better and better. And now it's great for teams like the Nuggets, right? Who are going to be at the top for the next foreseeable future, because I don't really see another squad in the West that's really going to challenge them the way it is right now. You got the Warriors, who are going to be doing a rebuild because Jordan Poole just shit all over himself. You got Draymond Green, who wants $25-30 million a season now, and I don't think he's worth that. What are they going to do with Kuminga? Clay, they probably should have blew it up last season when they won the championship. So now you got all these aging stars, and you gave away James Wiseman, and you look at him, he's playing pretty well in Detroit. So those teams, man, they need help. So I don't really have that much faith in the Suns to get it done. You know, you fire Monty Williams. Why did you need to fire him? I just don't get it. Why these coaches or these GMs in the NBA or owners are just like, damn, like I'm just gonna fire y'all these coaches. Like the Sixers, hell, Doc was the best thing for the Sixers. Even though, I mean, for their plight, they will never win a championship. Doc was your best bet. What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do?
I mean, go ahead. Come on, Chris.
Let me ask you guys a question about the Warriors, because that's the one that kind of intrigues me, because they're clearly coming to the end of an era.
Oh yeah.
And how much stock do you guys put into what Kerr came out and said this week about the Draymond punch and how that kind of just sucked the fun out of the rest of the season for them? And do you guys think that's a justifiable excuse? Do you think that's an after the fact type of thing, like when a player collapses on the field, or like how do you guys use reasons like that at the end of a season?
Well, first of all, what the hell do you mean, you guys? Okay, no. Boogie, you want to go first?
Okay, look, man. Do I think that, the punch? Okay, it's a difference between the Bills thing and this thing. The Bills thing, you had a teammate that almost died, bro. Like, well, technically, clinically, he did die on the field, and then they want you to go out there and play like the punch. Shit like that happens with teams. Like, teammates fight. This is now the fact that it got caught on camera and leaked. Yeah, but I don't think that was something to lean on or something like that. You could lean on that Clay and Jordan Poole just completely disappeared in the playoffs. That's something that you can lean on instead of just leaning on Draymond, leaning on Jordan Poole.
Sorry about that.
Right.
I'm over here. I'm supposed to be in studio mode. I'm trying to craft the Bet Sushi scene.
Okay, but yeah, that's what I kind of think. There were other reasons that why you lost versus the Draymond punch. Like, is a built-in excuse. I don't feel that there's a valid excuse.
Yeah, I think there's ways to look at that, man. I feel like let's take the emotion out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors are an aging team. That dynasty was over, and they won a championship last year, which was like, how many people actually thought they were going to win a title last year?
Not me.
Going into the season, not many people thought that. So I think the Draymond punch didn't help, but I think it accelerated the process in terms of like, it's the beginning of the end, or it is the end, right?
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
We don't know this, but I would have to call Steph Curry's leadership into question. I don't feel like, I don't know, and this is just a hunch, but how strong of a leader is he? Like, the Draymond thing should have never happened, if you ask me. They let Jordan Poole just run his mouth since he got in the locker room. That's a Steve Kerr problem to me, right? So you look at all this stuff, and then you give Jordan Poole this contract. Well, at the time, I guess it was rightfully deserved because he balled out. But now you traded James Wiseman away for what? Now you got Draymond Green who wants a contract, but Draymond doesn't do anything. Now we could talk about, it's like nostalgia. It's like the Bills getting the band back together in the 90s, late 90s with Bruce Smith and Andre Reed and Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly, like it's over. When are you going to move on now? You just lost. You barely beat the Sacramento Kings. You barely beat them. It's over. It's time to sell the assets. You got your arena built, but it's over, and you got to live with that. So I think the Warriors would be best off getting rid of Clay, getting rid of Draymond, and figuring out what you can get with Poole and let Curry ride out the rest of his years in the sunset, because it's over.
If you're rebooting it to that degree, how much longer do you stay with Kerr? Do you rebuild the whole thing around a new voice?
Nah, Kerr has championship pedigree. Like you want him for the development, etc., the coaching. He's something that you need to keep. Just like Rick Carlisle had a long tenure with the Dallas Mavericks. Like Mike Malone will have a long tenure. He's been there for 6 years with the Nuggets. He's going to be there for a long time. Like that's the right.
So you think he can sustain multiple eras?
It depends on, I think he can sustain multiple eras, and he's just one of those top 5 coaches that like you don't want to get rid of. Like, you talk about Bill Belichick before he went to the Patriots. I know Tom Brady kind of made him, but he was like one of those guys you were like, okay, like I could see potential there just from his defensive prowess. Right, retread coach, but he turned in one of the best. He's one of the best defensive minds that ever be a part of the game. But back to the NBA. I think Kerr is that. So I would give Kerr as much money as he wants to coach. I would keep him, let Curry ride it out, try to get some young talent around him. They've proven to be really good at scouting and drafting. That's how they got Draymond Green. That's how they got Steph and Clay. Do it again. So sell your assets, get picks. Don't be going to get free agents. Let Wiggins do his thing. Get rid of Poole if you got to, and just rebuild it. It might take some time, but just rebuild it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get to our Sports Sushi Betstamp sponsorship segment. So, Chris, what you got for us, brother?
Okay, 1 second. Let me bring up the Betstamp screen here. All right, gentlemen. So last week, our little banner on here. Last week we went 2-1. Somebody had to jump on the Laker wagon there for an ass whooping.
I
think
did.
That was you that ruined our perfect week out of the gate.
Should have did it.
So we're each gonna pick a game for this week. I'm gonna do the point shopping for you gentlemen. Okay. Let me get their logo on screen here. This segment is brought to you by the wonderful folks over at Betstamp, where you can point shop, and that's what we're gonna do right now. Sterling, as our resident person that wasn't here last week, break your cherry and you get first pick on what your bet is for Thursday, for any game from Thursday to Tuesday, any sport.
Oh, well, you're looking at it right here with the Lakers in Denver. Give me the Nuggets and 5.5. Like, listen, I know that, and kudos to Darvin Ham and them dudes for making adjustments last night, but do you really expect AD to be dominant for 2 games in a row? I just don't see it. And, I know they're all crazy about Roy Hachimura, but Mike Malone's one of the best, in terms of managing matchups and having these guys ready to play. So I really do think that the Nuggets will at least beat them by 10 tomorrow.
All right. Well, looking here on Betstamps, 5.5 is the best, the closest points you can get through DraftKings. So we locked you in for your pick at 5.5. I don't like the pick very much because I was most certainly going to go with the Lakers, but I'm going to take something a little bit different now that you've gone with that. What do you got for us?
All right.
Boogie.
Let's go with Friday because I want to do today.
Friday. All right.
Let's see if they can get us some lines. Probably not because they haven't played today. I think they still have to play today.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they can't give us anything. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do this blindly. Let's see if there is anything in the MLB. Let's go to baseball.
All right. We're gonna do a little point shopping over here in the MLB.
All right.
Which do you want to look at Thursday? Do you want to look at Friday? What are we looking for here?
Let's look for tomorrow here. I'm gonna say go see who the Astros playing shit because I'm playing favorites right now because I don't even know how they're doing this season.
All right, Astros don't play tomorrow.
All right, so out of this one we have what? Let's see.
We'll find an Astros game for you here.
It might be a Thursday. I mean, it might be Friday.
Oh, there we go. The Oakland A's, but we don't have any points for it yet.
Oh, that's a dub. That's a dub.
Yeah.
The A's are trash.
All right, so let's go just Thursday baseball. Here we go.
So Thursday baseball. I have no clue who does what, but I'm looking at the Mets and Tampa Bay. There's a 50-50.
Whoever's playing, whoever the Astros are playing, and whoever the Rockies are going to lose to, that's some good plays to me.
Yeah, let's go see where. All right. Yeah.
They don't even play on Thursday. Hey, Chris, why don't you go look at the hockey, man?
Yeah, Chris. Why don't you use your hockey knowledge and let me go see.
Why do I have hockey knowledge? Because I'm the white guy?
No, it's because
well,
you're
yes,
from
you are,
Buffalo.
yeah.
You're a Buffalo guy.
Oh, I hate both these teams.
This is where we need Russ in here because I got so much NBA to talk with Russ.
So what's your pick here, Jeremy? We got a short little segment. We gotta go with the team here. You're supposed to come in with one ready to go.
Come on, Boogie. Come on,
Let's go with
Boogie.
the UFC. Let's go with UFC.
Ooh.
There's a fight here, a fight card this weekend, and we'll just go with the main here, the main card.
All right, you gotta turn the rest of these off here. You can load them all up if you like. We're learning this back end this user interface as we go. We're locked in on just the UFC here now.
All right, so let's look at Angela Hill and Mackenzie Dern. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mackenzie Dern for the win there. Angela Hill,
right.
Look, man, I like you as a fighter, but Mackenzie Dern is just that good. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take the free money with Mackenzie Dern here.
All right, so the best available point spread on that, or actually money line, is minus 154 at Coolbet. You're okay giving up the 54?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna lock that in. All right, so for my pick, I'm gonna negate.
No, you gotta go. You gotta go hockey.
Well, fine. I'm going to make two picks here because this one's free money and it cancels out your pick. The way the way that second half ended, you are out of your mind if you're not taking the plus 250 over here at the LA bookmaker for the Lakers to win outright.
Nope.
Forget the points.
Nope.
You don't need any points. And hey, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but we just came back and the spread has changed to 6.5. So you've already saved a point by placing your bet
Early.
Yeah, because I'm smart, Chris. That's why you shouldn't pick the damn Lakers to win.
I wouldn't do that, Chris.
Oh no, they found something the second half there. They got things rolling. The Asian black man started taking over.
Ablation. Roy Hachimura.
They found something with that guy. They're gonna. It frees up Davis to roam around. The announcers told me this, man. They got something.
He used ninja smoke.
All right, so we've got our three bets locked in for this week. I'm not going to go through the trouble of recapping them there. It'll be in the segment. So, gentlemen, as always, we are not financial advisors. Bet at your own choices, decisions, paper money, whatever you want to rock and roll with. But these are our picks, and these are the Sushi Picks of the week. Anybody have anything else to add?
That's it for me, man.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Go Mackenzie Dern. That's all I got to say.
All right, gentlemen. It's off to the either or.
All right. So since our boy Russ has not been able to join us right now, we will go ahead and start.
Hey, Russ said send him the link. He said.
Russ did say send him the link. He's gonna try to get it on his phone. So we'll see. But we're gonna start. He said it's not working on his phone. That's what he said. But But while we wait, let's go ahead and get started with. All right, let's try to get them in like that.
I
All
need
right.
somebody to come in here and debate me about the NBA. That's what I need. I'm up
Yeah,
for a
'cause-
fight tonight. So
Bing, bing, bing. All right. So while we wait for Russ to get in here, we're gonna start the either or. Come on, Chris. Either or. Oh no, you got to get on camera because I'm holding it. I'm looking stupid right now.
I'm here, but now let me get Sterling over here in the middle. All right,
All right.
got some semblance of logic here.
All right. So let's go ahead and get the either or.
he doing the windshield wipers, dog.
So let's go ahead and start our either or, man. So the either or today is, and this comes straight from my guy Russ. Wish he was here to bring it in because I can't bring it in like he brings it in, like how he be bringing it in when he bring it in. All right. So the either or today is be the star of a team, Hall of Famer on a team, and never win, or be a vital role player and win multiple rings. He says sports specific, stick to basketball playoffs. Okay. Look, man. I think if I'm a Danny Green on the Spurs, I'll be good. I mean, I'll be cool. I'll be cool. Like
Yeah, no,
win
not
rings.
me. Not me, dog.
Not me.
You're gonna be forgotten. And NBA lore, you're forgotten.
That
You-
happy
you
to be
didn't-
here attitude.
You didn't contribute to the championships.
But the thing is that you don't win championships. Okay, so the thing is this is all right. Look, if I'm contributing, if role player contributes, okay, and let's just say like I'm Danny Green, I have a big game in the series. I come off the bench, maybe, and then I have my
10
what's that
points,
kid
man.
that-
10 points.
Let me have my Lonnie Walker moment, and I wouldn't be mad at that. I think everybody, they come out the gate, they want to be the man. You want to be the Hall of Famer guy. But hey, man, everybody can't be that guy. Like if you're on the team with LeBron and shit like that, can you really, if you're on a team with a generational talent, you're not going to be that guy. You just you got to kind of get in where you fit in. But that's me. I'm taking rings.
I'm
rings.
a little
Rings.
disappointed in your
Rings.
selection, bro.
Rings.
I'm a little disappointed in your selection.
Why, man? What I do
Because like you should want to be. Look, you may not win a title, but wouldn't you like the career of Charles Barkley? Charles Barkley was that dude. Karl Malone, Clyde Drexler.
Not
You mean
so
to
much
tell
Karl
me
Malone.
you wouldn't want to be the man?
No, those guys are all have an asterisk next to their name because they didn't win a title.
Who cares?
Like that. Oh, dude. As somebody that grew up in Buffalo and has a bunch of Hall of Famers, I don't give a fuck about those Hall of Famers. I want the title.
You
I
know,
don't care what
Chris,
sport it is. My answer is the same. Give me multiple titles.
So-
I don't care if I'm the third string quarterback freaking holding the snap.
Which, yeah, that's not me. I'd rather be part of the action and do something. Like, I don't want to be no Danny Green just sitting in the cut, shooting threes and playing scrub minutes,
Okay,
bro.
but what
I'm
does it mean
good.
to be a Hall of Famer that never won a title? That means you're always surrounded by a bunch of turkeys. You're the best player on a team, constantly frustrated and constantly disappointed at the end of every season.
Hey, you know what, Chris?
No
I'll never
way.
have to pay for a drink or a meal the rest of my life, okay?
Are you kidding me? Do you know how many of these Buffalo Bills from the 90s should be buying me drinks and meals?
They didn't do shit.
That's the
I
That's
don't
the whole
care.
problem.
I don't
I-
care about Jim Kelly. That motherfucker. Fuck Jim Kelly.
Do you know the emotional trauma I
Fuck
suffered at the
Andre
hands of that
Reed.
man? His wife wasn't the only one he abused.
Fuck Marv Levy. Fuck
Chris,
him,
no,
nigga.
that's fucked up.
No, it ain't fucked up.
No,
Fuck
Chris
Marv
just
Levy.
slid that shit in there.
Jim Kelly, bitch ass. Fuck that nigga. Like, I don't care.
Oh my god. But no, look, man, look. To be like a Thurman Thomas, you know, like on those Bills teams, that's too much, man. Like to get there 4 times and don't win, that's to me
You know how
that's
bitter that Hall of Fame ring has to be after a career that has that on its record. Like, oh, great.
I mean, look, man, I
No,
know.
because after the first time, you just get used to it, baby.
Look, man, I know, you know, like being in the Hall of Fame is like, you know, all the players that have tried, and then there's a very small percentage that makes it. That is kind of, you know, that's a fucking feat within this, you know, that to me is like, you know, that's the pinnacle of, you know, single achievements. But you know, if you're playing on a team, man, you know, I've always looked at it like, man, I'll take a state championship ring over a scholarship. You know, if I can have both, I have both. But
Yeah.
you know, and that was how I kind of
I
looked
don't
at
know
it.
if I made that decision.
What, a state ring over which scholarship? Look, man, in my case, I wasn't going to pretty
Dude,
much.
have you started watching Friday Night Lights yet?
No, Chris, I have not.
Because
Stop.
all you're talking about is being John Riggins. You just want to sit around drinking beer, talking about when we were teenagers, when we won the state championship. No way, man. If we're talking at a professional level, give me the championship all day long. Freaking high school, give me that damn scholarship. I'm going after the real championships. Over here, I'm not going to go to school, but I got a state ring. Come on, you wear your varsity jacket too to high school parties?
Put my boy Russ's comment up that we think alike. Put my dogs, yes sir, not working, but give me the Hall of Fame and glory, because I want to be out there doing work. Now, there's only one player that I would substitute for that.
But the
that's
Hall
Robert
of Fame,
Ory.
every Hall of Fame is so full at this point. You're just another dude, and it's getting watered down. That jacket means nothing.
No, the jacket doesn't mean nothing, Chris. The jacket doesn't mean nothing.
I mean, it's a fair counter.
Chris only speaks out of the lens of a disgruntled Bills fan.
All right, Russ says he does not want to be
trauma inflicted on me by Jim and his boys.
But look, man, like I'm gonna still stick with my wish ball. I'm gonna take the championships. I gotta stick with my guns. But
I mean, if you're taking a state title ring, you're gonna definitely take championships.
I'll go work in the fucking oil fields of Houston. Damn it! All right,
you come cheap.
Who needs higher education? When you got state championships.
I know when you can die at 31.
Yeah.
I'll never buy another drink again off this state ring.
I know.
Spoken like a man in Texas.
Kiss the ring, bitch.
But no, man, I've seen some
fucking Al Bundy.
Yeah, 4 touchdowns in the second.
Al Bundy. Hey.
Oh shit. But yeah, man. But look, I'm gonna take the rings if we're talking on a professional level. But you know, look, I got to go with the rings. I understand, you know, where you know Russ and Sterling are, you know, with the actual, you know, Hall of Fame, because I look, you can get a lot more off a Hall of Fame career than you can, you know, being, you know, just a member on which card. But you know, coming back for those championship meetings and stuff like that, that's pretty good too.
Okay. Let me ask you guys this question. So Trent Dilfer and Jim Kelly get invited to a promotional party. Which one looks better? Hall of Famer Jim Kelly or Super Bowl winning quarterback and champion Trent Dilfer?
I'll tell you right now, whoever gets the closing line looks better.
No. Everybody at that party wants to see the ring.
Well,
show me the ring. Even Trent's got one.
Well, you know what? Trent Dilfer would have to ask Ray Lewis, is it okay if I show the Super Bowl ring? Nigga will have to ask permission. He might even have to do a permission slip. If I'm being honest.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. I understand. Look, I understand it, you know, but you know, the ring, you know, look. The ring or the jacket. That's what it comes down to.
Look at this pot stirring motherfucker
Yeah,
over
he said
here.
Jim Kelly is saying, no, the fuck he ain't.
Sitting in his car on his phone trolling now.
Yeah, Jim Kelly.
I know. Fuck Jim Kelly. He
Yeah,
ain't
Jim
shit.
Kelly. Hey, bro, he's
He was one of the dirtiest motherfuckers on the Bills in them runs, man. There's so much dirt about him in his little off the field shit.
All right, so
could you imagine Jim in the social media era? He wouldn't have lasted a month in the league.
Bruh.
No. Like the stories I've heard.
Lawrence Taylor would have been canceled a long time. That nigga was a fucking coke rager. He was a coke demon.
Whoa. Like the stories.
Offense, defense. Yeah. You can't have one without the other.
The other. Respect will be paid. Good
greatest moment in sports and cinema history.
Yeah, great movie quote. God damn it. T-Mac over Robert Horry. All right, Russ. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get to the NBA playoffs here. Where the West matchup is the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, you had the sports bet stuff up. So these guys have already played one game where the Lakers got utterly smashed. They closed it towards the end where they made the gap, not look as bad, but for the most part, the Nuggets were leading. I think it was like by fucking 20 Sterling for most of the game.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So 21 was the worst it got in the middle of the third, I think.
Yeah. So they've had a commanding lead. You got, Jokic, the big polar bear, what they call him, Big Honey. That's his nickname. And then you got, AK, Mr. Glass on the opposite side in AD. Look, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna leave it to you, Sterling. Like, who do you think comes out on this time? I'm pretty sure I know what your answer is.
Yeah, I really do think the Nuggets win it, man. I mean, it's only a matter of time before AD gets hurt, before they carry him out on a fucking stretcher or some wheelchair or some because the nigga head hurt. I mean, to be honest though, like, can AD put together multiple dominant performances is really the question. And I know everybody wants to talk about Roy Hachimura, but Jokic was already, he had, 30 points by the time they start putting Roy on him. And it's not like Jokic had to really work to get anything else. He was already doing his work. Like, it's the NBA is a game of runs. Basketball is a game of runs. Like, they were gonna come back. They were gonna come back in the game. Everybody knew it. I don't think the Nuggets are gonna keep up with 20-point lead the whole game. And you see, once the Lakers,
yes sir,
hey,
there you go.
Finally, the man has come back from Indiana. What's happening, y'all? You know what I'm saying? The Wi-Fi sucks. What's happening, Sushi People?
What's up,
Even if it's the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna get in here to say one thing. Chris and Boogie, y'all are freaking crazy. Why would you want to be a bum on the back of the bench instead of the man taking a shot? Like Melo said, they pay me, and on top of everything, you get the bag, son.
Party, they're always gonna say the champ is here.
Yeah, hey, and you know what? And you can sit back and say, check my wallet, champ, because mine might be bigger than yours. Because for all that losing you do, you get the bag. Like Sterling said, you're loved in the place that you play, unless it's Buffalo for some odd reason. And you get fans like everybody loves T-Mac. Everybody loves Melo.
Straight to talk about how great losing 4 straight is.
You're only thinking about the Buffalo Bills' failure. Like I'm sitting here thinking about, like, when all that's done and you're done being a fan and being mad about the fact my team didn't win. You look at. I mean, that's the truth. You look at what they gave you.
28.
You know what I'm saying?
And it still drives the narrative around everything.
I mean, it's going to. The Cowboys ain't been to the Super Bowl and NFC Championship in 23 years. The last thing I remember about that, I was sitting in the house with my dad when we beat the Steelers. It happened, bro. Like, that's sports. Everybody does not get to win every year. But you know what you can go do? Like Sterling said, you go bust ass every night and put in work. And when you do that, you become glory in a whole other way. Like Chris Carter said, my whole career, we choked, we lost, but it's a team game. I think that's what people are not getting. It is a team game. Teams win and lose championships. Individuals get the glory. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Chris, you're right. You would love to see the Bills win. I'd love to see the Cowboys win another one. Boogie, you'd love to see the Saints win. But you cherish Joe Horn. I cherish, you know what I'm saying? I cherish Quincy Carter. Like, I like all the players that play for my team. So to be someone like, I said keep it basketball, but y'all went both ways. You know what I'm saying? So to keep it in perspective, there was, Julian Edelman, has three Super Bowl titles. Calvin Johnson has none. But Calvin Johnson is arguably top 5. You could argue he's the best receiver to ever play the game, top 5 receiver to ever play the game. He is undoubtedly better than anybody else that you've seen besides the name Randy, Terrell, or Jerry. And on top of all this, his career earnings are $110 million to Wes Welker's 43 or 52 or something like that. 52. So
while we got you here,
what are we doing here?
While we got you here, Russ.
Oh yeah, my bad.
No, let's get to the basketball. The basketball here, because you've been commenting through the wishbone. So let's talk with the West matchup first. Sterling gave us.
Ja's not good in the West.
Okay.
He's not good with guns either. He's not good with guns either. Someone take him from him. What's up, though?
So who do you have coming out over here on the West, and why?
Oh, I told you I got Denver. I've had Denver from the start. I got to stick with my pick. I said I love to see King James get 5. We can have a whole episode on how people are on Michael Jordan's dick too much, but I love to see LeBron do it. But I've told y'all from the start, Denver's that squad, bro. And y'all saw it last night. The offense not only is great for them, but it's beautiful to look at. Like, Joker is the best player in the playoffs right now. And if you don't think so, you just don't like him. The dude's averaging a 30-point triple-double. He's killing Anthony Davis. And I asked somebody, which Anthony Davis is going to show up? The good one showed up last night, and he got 30 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He got it put on his head. So, like, I just think that Joker's dirking it right now. They got a really good team, really good bench. I don't think anybody's fuck with them.
Okay, so you want to stick around with us, man, until we finish up. We just got the East to cover just now.
Oh, I'm gonna be here. I'm stuck in the airport, bro.
My boy is dedicated, man. He just touched down to Indiana, man. You
know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Ghost in the comments. You know, don't break it down to the Hakito. You know what I'm saying? The evil. You gotta stay on the good side of things.
Did y'all see Jokic catch the ball on the wing about 17 feet from the basket, hit AD with a drop step, turned around, and then dunked on his ass? Like, bro, that no dog.
No, that one was nasty, but the one that got me was when he hit that step back. When he was getting ready to post him up, he realized AD wasn't. Yeah, that 3-pointer, and AD. I'm sorry, my hat's career. AD was like,
fucking Flint.
Yeah, not.
Like,
he's about business. Joker is showing you what happens when a dude is about business. Like, he's about nothing more than busting your ass. He don't care if you 6'5" or 5'6" or 10'8". He don't care. You about to get these buckets. I ain't got to jump. Like, it's showing you kids out there and you people out there. You ain't got to be all crazy with the moves and all that crazy shit, man. Just go out there and ball. Like, he's very efficient. He's one of the most efficient players I've ever seen in my life. Fucking love Joker, bro. And my bad. A lot of this talk about Joker, I do have to say, so we can say it, put some respect on Jamal Murray's name. I know, Sterling, you've been watching him for years. I was riding with him at Kentucky. Our guy out there shotgun watching the show loves him too. That man was hurt. Y'all slept on him. And so now, not y'all, but everybody out there slept on him. So now y'all are seeing. Cat's getting on my nerves quickly. So now y'all are seeing. So everything's reversed. I'm already dyslexic, so everything's crazy. But yeah, so now y'all are seeing the greatness. And then to those out there that were, Michael Porter Jr. is always hurt. Yes, but players have injuries. When they come back from the injuries, they tend to be worth the big contracts they sign. Wink, wink. So, like, Denver's got the squad. But what were you saying, Chris?
So let me ask you guys the perspective on the question. The way the game played out, and this is the first basketball game I watched from start to finish in forever. And how do you feel about the way? So the Nuggets down the first half, and they were still pretty good in the second half. And every time the Lakers came close, they had an answer and put a 3 right down their throat. So I see from the perspective of, yeah, the Nuggets probably going to win the series, but I also can see from a sports fan the argument of, yeah, but the Nuggets kind of threw their best shot at the Lakers, had them down, had their foot on their throat, and they still clawed their way back. And the way it seemed to be a tale of two different halves. The team this half has the, what I would say, momentum in the argument that they figured something out and made adjustment, and then flipped the domination the other way, which is what enabled them to come back. They just weren't able to push it over the hump. So going forward in this series, did the Lakers figure something out, some adjustments that they were going to make, or did they spend all of their energy trying to come back in that game and came up short, and they're going to be emotionally stunted the rest of the way because they just are wide and won't come.
I think that's just the beauty of NBA playoffs. Like you have those types of coaching adjustments. I think that the Lakers did a good job with the Ruri thing. But I mean, do you really expect that if someone's going to say we're going to put Ruri on Joker more of the game, you don't think Joker's going to adjust to that? Like there's a different way you can play. And plus when you're up that much, like teams tend to come back in today's NBA because the 3-point shot. I mean, guys are human. You know what I'm saying? Like they made that run when Joker and Jamal Murray sat on the bench. When they was on the bench and they were kind of like trying to get some rest at the end of the game, that's when they started making their comeback. The Lakers, that is. So, I mean, I think that it's a good adjustment, but I don't know. Like I think that the Denver Nuggets have a really they're getting to that machine territory when a team's getting so good that it's like a machine, like how the Spurs were. Fuck the Spurs. How the Spurs were whenever they're at the height of their winning championship. So you have that when your team is that good, like you said, Chris. Like every time you saw the Lakers making a surge, if that's any other team, they're coming back and winning that game. You know what I'm saying? Like they had them down 20. Austin Reeves hitting 3 after 3, then bucket after bucket. And then when it comes down to they're down 3, LeBron couldn't make that shot. So another way of looking at it is the Lakers had to spend a lot of energy to do that. Like I think the Lakers are in trouble, but it is Bron. You know what I'm saying? And he's chasing that ghost.
Let me add something to that, and I think people are forgetting this. Mike Malone is extremely good at adjustments. Maybe not always in game, but coming in game 2, it was like this. That we thought that the whole KD and Devin Booker, they found a way to stop those guys, like to limit them. Hachimura on Joker is not sustainable. But here's the thing: what the Lakers have to really realize is that Reeves is a liability, and D'Angelo Russell are liabilities on defense, and the Nuggets are too deep in terms of guard play and wing play, that if Reeves and D'Lo can't guard, they're toast. How many minutes are you going to give to Hachimura on Jokic? He's going to destroy him and get him in foul trouble. Now what?
No, Shirley, you make a great point. The Lakers have always been the bigger team, and now they're running into a team that can match their size.
Yep.
Like if you put Hachimura on Joker for a whole game, he's going to score 50 again.
Yep.
He's going to score, and he's going to do it in a different way. That's what I think we're so used to seeing certain guys like step backs. No, he's going to get his buckets. He's just a very good basketball player. He's like Dirk Nowitzki and Tim Duncan and freaking John Stockton mixed into the same body. Like they don't very consistent. Like he's averaging a 30-point triple-double. I don't think people realize. Everybody got up in arms about Russell Westbrook doing that this season. This man is averaging a triple-double 30-pointer during the offs when his team's looking like it's about to go to the final. I think Russell Westbrook did do that once. But this is amazing. And he's 7 foot and he's not athletic. So it's crazy to watch. I think he's just got it right now. Unless he messes up like he was messing up in that game 1 when he started passing too much and not trying to get buckets, that's the only way they're going to lose, because Jamal Murray is not missing critical shots like that. Like they're not making mistakes like that. They're a very well-oiled machine. Denver's scary.
Jokic had 19 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists at halftime.
Bro,
halftime.
The only thing that's going to stop this is a guy named Jason. Last name Tatum. We can get into that, though.
Let's go ahead and let's slide over to the East here.
Seggy!
Good Seggy there, man. So the Miami Heat is taking on the Boston Celtics in the East Finals here. No need.
Y'all think Jordan going to any games? No, I mean, you got to watch your son play.
Not a chance.
I guess Jordan I ain't been in none of them motherfucking games so life. I ain't got to go now. I watch on TV like we've been doing.
Okay, let me paint a hypothetical picture for you. Okay, so let's say the Heat do go and they do win, and while Jimmy is up there, man, holding the championship, there's Mike comes out the tunnel holding his
Jimmy
arm,
gonna slide that nigga
like Dr. Evil.
No, I'm about to say like Waterboy. Boy, we gonna take over the whole world. How's your daddy? I got that in the jump man and everything.
I seen on the ESPN.
You see how you scream at them? Yeah, that's how I used to scream at him. He was my boy. I knew them mother. I know Jordan's son is like, Jimmy got all the juice. This is some bullshit.
Okay, so, all right.
Oh,
So the East is going down with the C's and the Heat, man. So who do y'all got taking the series and why?
I got the Celtics, man. I do. You know, I feel like that they are probably the deepest team that's left in the playoffs. They're wing defenders from point guard to center, and they all can shoot. They can spread you out. I think the only thing that's going to really hurt the Celtics is can they be consistent and do they have a killer instinct? And if
thank you, Sterling.
That's the test.
Because they are going to drop 2 or 3 games. Like that's just I said. We've been saying this since the playoffs started. It's their worst flaw, but it's what they do. I don't think it's going to bite them in the ass until they get into the finals, but it is what they do. So that's my one fear too. I don't think there's another one of these well-oiled machines. You know what I'm saying? Like the Celtics have, like you got Al Horford, you got Jaylen Brown, you got help me out, Time Lord. You got Time Lords. Jimmy left Jordan Brand because Daddy wasn't. Hey man,
Daddy wasn't there.
Daddy wasn't there. Jimmy said, "I don't give you Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Jimmy Johnson. If Daddy ain't present, man, fuck you. But no, I think the Celtics just have. I think the Celtics have. It seems like they have a hunger. Like they have a hunger that I think the Heat have as well. But the Heat are going to run into that issue that the Knicks ran into when you run into a better team that plays as hard as you do.
Right. Chris put up a really good comment. He said, why is the bastard always better than the legitimate? Ask Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy Snow, because he hungry. Because he hungry. He know he got it from somewhere, but he don't know where he got it. You see, Jimmy probably know. Jimmy Butler probably sitting at home like, yeah, my daddy. He know him.
He knows his daddy is.
He know my motherfucking daddy. He don't want to see me. Jimmy out there mad like Ray Allen on he got game. He waiting for Jordan to get that one-on-one in. He's like, Pops, I need to get that one-on-one in. He killed mama in the apartment and left us. No, I'm playing. But I just think that Jimmy's gonna try his heart out. Jimmy gonna do his thing, but it's gonna be really difficult to beat the better team.
I agree.
Gotta agree, man. So all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna close it down. Thank you to our boy Sterling and our boy Russ came in, man, at the last minute, boy.
Hey, y'all, everybody watching, y'all know I live and die for this shit. I am sushi, boy. So I'm straight off the plane. I'm straight off the plane in Indianapolis. You know, I'm talking about getting it in. Sir, can I get a Go Pacers? Not really? All right, well, that's cool. I mean, damn, he just shut me down. We got to clip that. Hey, we're going to clip that. Do you like sports?
Brother played it once.
Huh?
Brother played it once.
Oh, what's your favorite sport to play?
Billions.
You like the Colts? Damn. No love for Indy? Hoosiers?
I like Indians. I don't like sports like that. I don't play kickballs.
Oh, hey, well, ping pong, you do it. Like Forrest Gump. What'd you say, what? Oh, paintball. Oh, you like to shoot people.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, he gangster. All right, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, he on X.
All right.
Yeah, he on X.
That man. Hey. That man looked at me like the fuck out of my face. My camera won't turn around. He looked at me like this motherfucker. I knew he's gonna film me. I thought he looked like he liked football. Shit, motherfucker, about 6'6". He looked at me and said, "I don't really like sports. I like paintball." I said, all right, guess so, man. Shit. But hey, people, I'm of the people, for the people, by the people. I'll always be here every week, even if it's only for 15, 20 minutes.
All right, so let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to the good people at Betstamp. You can find the Betstamp app on the.
I just want to say thank you again to our sponsor, Betstamp. Betstamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sports books. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds for game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the easiest and simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and to maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, Betstamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly just by line shopping. If you haven't already done so, install Betstamp using promo code SUSHI, that's us, and start line shopping your way to a competitive advantage today. Again, thank you to our sponsor, Betstamp. I just want to say thank you again to our sponsor, Betstamp.
All right, so that is us closing our show. Let's go ahead. Shout out to our boy Russ for sticking with us. But you can find the Betstamp app on the Apple iOS Store, Google Play Store, or through the browser at www.betstamp.app. Again, that is www.betstamp.app. To access all these benefits, sign up using promo code Sushi. That is us, and start your journey to successful sports betting today. If you forget to use your the Sushi code upon sign up, you can always do it by accessing your Betstamp account and entering the promo code afterwards. So please check it out.
One more thing. Oh, I was gonna say, Boogie. One more thing. I think Chris said it earlier, but I'm gonna add that to it. If you are using Betstamp, we are not a part of anything that teaches you how to manage your money. If you get your legs broke by Uncle Vinny because you owe money for bets, that is on you. Bet responsibly, and if you have trouble betting, please dial 1-800-GAMBLE.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't be getting us mixed up in shit that we ain't, got no no parts in. All right. But again, if you want to follow us, you can find us all at our social media should be down there at the bottom. But these podcasts will be uploaded to Apple, Spotify, Rumble,
wherever you listen to your potting,
exactly.
wherever you potty at.
Wherever you listen to your podcast, like he said, wherever you listen to
wherever you potty, baby.
That's what we'll be, man. So Sports Sushi. If you want to follow us on social media, it is Sports Sushi, all one word, on Twitter, sports_sushi, and Instagram. What we got? What's the Twitter we got, Russ?
You already know me. It's Big 30 The Truth, sportsplug.russ. You can find me on Twitter, IG. You can find me sportsplug.russ. You can always find me at Sportsplug Clothing Co. Get you a hoodie or a t-shirt. It looks fresh. Please believe ladies like it too. But yeah, that's me. You find me everywhere you want to be. I'm everywhere like air, baby.
All right. Where you at, Sterling?
Hey, man, Afro Sterling on Twitter, Stilo.Huncho on the TikTok.
All right. And that is our show. Please tune in next week. We will continue to cover the NBA playoffs and the other happenings in the sports world. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell, bitch. Bing, 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 bing.
Bing, bing, bing. It helps the algorithm.